All right. Welcome to the Young Turks coverage of the GOP debate. It's 30 to 9 as the more Republicans left Trump, Kasich, Cruz, Rubio. It's on Fox News. And Megyn Kelly will be one of the moderators. That didn't get a lot of hype going in. You know, that's going to be interesting, right? God knows what Trump will say now. Okay, it's the Republicans. It'll be fun. That's coming up in 12 and a half minutes. In the meanwhile, we want to tell you the different things that are going on. Sure, there's the Trump versus the Republican Party. That's very exciting. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But more importantly, the fight between me and Daily Beast. Okay, so so today, a bit of a Twitter war started between Daily Beast and I. And I got tired of all their articles like, oh, Bernie, why don't you step aside? Or if you're going to be in the race, don't ruffle the feathers of Hillary Clinton. Know your role. Now, first of all, of course, everything you've ever won, all your states don't count. They're either close to Vermont or they're too white.
Too white.
Well, it's funny because Hillary Clinton was saying that that's so funny for you stuff. Barack Obama had only won black states, like the southern states. She's winning now.
Yes.
She had gone to Kentucky. Bill Clinton went to West Virginia, all these different places, and they said hardworking white Americans are going to want a better general election candidate. Okay, that's the words she was using as Barack Obama. Now they turn around and say, oh, Bernie Sanders states don't count, they're too white. Okay, and then they said, my favorite was Tomasky piece where he said, the caucuses he's won are weird.
Yeah, I did too.
Whereas the Nevada caucus she won was very normal.
Caucuses
are super normal.
I was there, Cenk. You know it was just perfect.
Yeah. Really fast. I mean, to point out, like, look, in terms of the Democratic people in America getting to choose for their party who the person is, a person in Alabama and a person in Iowa, if they're Democrats, they should have equal say. Anybody saying that one state is better than the other is ridiculous in either direction. But if you want to talk about electability, we are getting more and more information, and there are certain states that historically Democrats can win in the general election and others that they can't. To say that they can't win that state, so in terms of electability it means less to win certain states in the South, is not to say that those people don't matter good. It's they unfortunately don't matter as much in the general election because of the way America works.
Yeah.
And can I make one real other quick point just about polling in the mainstream media and what they repeat? I went to that 538 blog, Nate Silver, who I like his blog. I go there and I wanted to see, well, how was Bernie polling in Oklahoma? Because he won Oklahoma by 19, right? So I look at I go to the thing, he was down 72 to 20% as recent as February 22nd. And he won that state.
That's insane.
No, those numbers don't sound right.
I double checked today, Cenk. I'm not making it up. Go, Johnny. Go to.
You know what? You sound like a Bernie bro.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Some of those polls are weird.
Right. So, no, he was trailing badly in Oklahoma, my recollection of the polls. Then he caught up, and in the last poll, he was actually up by 5 points. And so that's why people were like, whoa, no, he's not going to win Oklahoma, is he?
The aggregate had Clinton up 2.
Right. But then when he did win it, they were like, oh, there was one poll that said he was up, so it doesn't count. He was likely to win, so it doesn't count, okay? So there's 1,000 reasons why Bernie Sanders states never count. Now, Tomasky, to be fair, did discount some of Hillary's states, too, and said, look, I know she was likely to win the southern states, but he said, but there are a bunch of states that do count for Hillary Clinton. Okay, Massachusetts counts because it's close to Vermont. Okay, Virginia counts. Well, hold on. Virginia counts because it's an important swing state. Colorado's a swing state. He won it. Minnesota's a swing state. He won it. New Hampshire's a swing state. He won it. But they don't count, right? So, I mean, it's madness. It's madness. So, anyway, he's like, then you find out Tomasky wrote this glowing book about Hillary Clinton with access to Hillary Clinton back in 2001. My guess is he'd want to write another book about Hillary Clinton later, right? And needs access to write that book. Tomasky's a good guy overall, but that's kind of maddening, right? Kelly Goff, I think I've seen some of her stuff before and was okay, but then the piece she wrote on Daily Beast was like, black people don't have time to play around with someone who isn't electable like Bernie Sanders. But he's more electable according to every poll. So either you are enormously ignorant of the facts, right? Every poll, head-to-head matchup in general election, Bernie Sanders does overwhelmingly better, right? Or you're not good. You don't know the numbers. You just make up stuff and you write it. Or you do know the numbers and you decide to lie about it anyway, right? And then you find out Kelly Goff used to work for Hillary Clinton. Okay. Then you find out, wait a minute, my God, Daily Beast is writing like 8 articles a day. Oh, Bernie, no, but no good. Hillary, that's, yeah, strong, good, right? It turns out Chelsea Clinton is on the board of IAC, which owns the Daily Beast.
Yeah. And
okay.
by the way, you should absolutely disclose that. It should be a rule. If you are a media outlet that likes to pose as a news outlet, you need to disclose that you have these ties to someone who's a presidential candidate.
So the reason Twitter thing started is I point out this fact, and they're like, Lowe's. Like, oh, so funny. Conflict of interest. It's hilarious, right? And then he gets heated, and a bunch of the reporters jump in like, oh, how conspiratorial and stuff.
That's not conspiratorial at all.
Dude. Nobody thinks that Chelsea Clinton walked into a cigar smoke-filled room and was like, you write this article, you write that article, right? But it doesn't matter that the management hires certain people who are like-minded and does not hire. So how come there's all these people who wrote books about Bernie Sanders and worked for Bernie Sanders? How come they're not at the Daily Beast? It's all a coincidence. Don't be conspiratorial, right? So, or you just hire people who are like-minded. And in the bubble of Washington, like-minded is, the establishment is awesome, and people like Bernie Sanders are radical, unelectable. He might change the system. And everybody at IAC and Daily Beast in Washington, D.C., would kind of like the system, right? It's not so bad. So, okay, and it doesn't mean that each writer is rich and famous. It means, hey, dude, they hired you for a reason. You don't even know it.
By the way,
what you don't know is the guy they didn't hire who might have thought, you know what, hey, this system kind of sucks, right? Maybe we should change it.
I want to be clear about another thing. Look, I think that it does influence some of their political writing. There's no question. But I also don't want anyone to think that, oh my God, anything coming out of the Daily Beast is terrible. I don't think Daily Beast is like Fox News. I think that they do some really, really good work, some of which we cover on the show.
I think we did a couple of Daily Beast articles today.
We did,
enough.
and they were great pieces, right? They weren't political in nature.
They weren't the political ones. That's right.
Right.
But that's okay. Like, that's exactly what we're talking about. There's no, like, it's not Fox News where Roger Ailes says, you will cover this, go, right? But there's a general spirit in the air of, like, okay, Washington bubble, and we all live in it. And even the good guys who are generally progressive otherwise, they're surrounded by everyone who thinks Hillary Clinton is inevitable, is a Clinton and will help this and that. And Bernie Sanders, oh, he's a socialist. And you don't realize that your disdain for Bernie Sanders comes from living and breathing inside the bubble where everybody is disdainful of him because they get a gut sense he would prick that bubble, okay? He'd burst your bubble, literally. Right? And that's, well, not quite literally. and then he would overturn your apple cart. And every fiber of the being of the people around you, even if it isn't you, is saying, not Sanders, right? All right, now, so we go back and forth a little bit. I rib him because the poor guys. I mean, so one of their editors, the one who started it, is like, she's like, oh, I haven't heard of you. Right?
Are they available on the internet?
Are you not popular enough?
It's almost as if she was like, I do declare the people at the club are not speaking of you. We were all watching Wolf Blitzer the other day, and your name didn't arise, right? Okay, so, and I'm like, well, they're like, she says something about, like, kidding around about offering me a job or something. I was like, no.
That's fucking hilarious.
I was like, I'm not sure you're getting this. Okay. First off, when the Daily Beast goes bankrupt, you'll be lucky if I offer you a job.
Damn.
Okay? And then they've gone bankrupt once before. But in the establishment world, you don't go bankrupt. And someone else comes in with another boatload of money, where it came from, where it's going.
Yeah.
Is the Daily Beast ever made a profit for a single day? I think the answer is, and don't, look, you do some financial checking, you figure it out. I know they went bankrupt. Let's put it this way, I would be surprised if there was a single day that the Daily Beast was in the black, had made any money. But somehow money keeps popping up. But that money probably also didn't influence them. It was all a coincidence that they happen to have writers who are pro-establishment, pro-power, pro-money, while they think that they genuinely believe they are progressives and yada yada. Okay, so and then I said, look, we're the largest online news show in the world. Last month, 60 million unique viewers, more lulls. Right, 3 different times she said, I don't know you, right? Basically, okay. And I said,
Do we know her? What's her name?
No, it's her last name is Kucinich. So
Trying to find out.
Okay. I don't know. Anyway, but I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's related to Dennis Kucinich or not. I've never heard of her before until now. Okay, and so
That's like what knuckleheads do when they don't have an argument.
yeah,
That's what
of
they do.
course.
Good luck on your career. That's what people like. What the fuck?
So then
Are you shitting me? That's what a news person did. And she says she's in the news business, and she doesn't know about the largest online news show in the world.
And she brags about
it.
it.
She brags about it. Hey, look, I don't know about shit. That's why I'm at the Daily Beast, I guess.
So then I put in a link because we rank #1 in almost every third party that ranks it, right? So I mean, you pick any of them you like. So I went to Social Blade. There we are, #1, right? You go anytime you want. We're #1, right?
Yeah.
And so
What's Social Blade? I'm at the Daily Beast.
She is
go
the
to any
daughter.
ranking system you like.
By the way, she is the daughter of Dennis Kucinich.
Okay. All right.
Oh, really?
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean
No, that
Dennis
doesn't mean
Kucinich
anything.
is not.
I love
But
Dennis
he's not
Kucinich.
established.
I love Dennis Kucinich.
Let's go after Dennis
Kucinich is a
Kucinich.
great progressive.
Dennis Kucinich.
And he's going to want to defend his daughter. But look, I don't know if they grew up in Washington. Anyway, let's leave the Kucinich family out of it. God bless their hearts. The smugness and the arrogance of the
Daily
ignorance.
Beast.
Of the
Are you
ignorance,
kidding me?
right? And then when you say, hey, this is what we're talking about, like where you keep, in Washington, you keep wondering, where did Bernie Sanders come from? Where did he come from? Because the rest of the country doesn't watch, doesn't read the thing you all read inside the bubble. And part of the reason you're going bankrupt, and I know I'm being a dick by pointing it out over and over, okay? But it is what it is, right? The reason you keep going bankrupt is you're trying to appeal to like 7 people that are inside Washington, D.C., and maybe 4 others in New York. Like no one in Kansas is thinking, I wonder what Washington thinks.
Yeah.
No, Cenk,
Right.
you put a video up today. I went on Facebook before I came here, and first what pops up is a video of you talking about the wrongness of the media, the way they're covering Bernie Sanders right now. I just glanced, and it had over 1.2 million views. Just that one video. No, I'm
Not a big
If
deal.
you say so, that's what they would say. That's like little lulls.
lulls.
If you say so,
And that's
because
just at Facebook. That's not at YouTube. That's not at the TYT.com.
That's just one video.
That's
Not on the
one video
Snapchats.
Yeah.
At Facebook.
Okay, but numbers, really, what are those? Because apparently they can't read polls, they can't read rankings, so they have trouble with math at the Daily Beast. So then,
Did they think there was WMDs at the Daily Beast?
Who knows? Who knows? Probably. Well, Hillary did. Hillary did.
Hillary did.
Right. But that's all her good experience. Okay, Washington loves that kind of experience. All right, so finally, right before we came on, I was like, let me just get a couple of giggles. Let me go to Daily Beast, see what's on their site, okay? Today, randomly, okay? So I scrolled down a little bit, and there's an article headlining is Hillary Clinton's star-studded NYC bash. Katy Perry, Jamie Foxx, and more toast the candidate. Okay, that's the headline, okay? I mean, every part of that star-studded New York City bash. Okay, celebrities toasting the candidate. And then the first line. At a pricey concert fundraiser, Julianne Moore criticized the NRA, Katy Perry, sang Hillary's praises, and Bill Clinton took a shot at Trump while complimenting a Daily Beast piece. No, the Clintons and the Daily Beast, they're not incestuous. He
At least
goes
they're
on,
admitting it.
compliments it. You go on, you write a glowing article about them, bragging about how you guys are in bed together, basically.
A little conspiratorial.
Good, yeah, crowd, put away your tinfoil hat. Conspiratorial. All right, guys, look, man, on another day, we'll probably get along. And I hope that at some point you get past your preconceived notions and can get outside the Washington bubble and see what the rest of the country is so angry about, right? Because there is a real anger out there, and it's because people are really sick of what Washington is doing and what the establishment is doing. So that we're giving voice to that. We're not particularly great hosts. The reason we have risen up and are as successful as we are is because we're the only media outlet giving voice to that frustration that is anti-establishment and realize that this system is screwing over the average American. That's what we stand for at the Young Turks. And if you didn't know, now you know.